Legendary head coach Frank Beamer taking his Hokies to Charlottesville, hoping to prolong his retirement by one game. Bowl eligibility for a 23rd straight year on the line as they face their biggest rival, Virginia, today, and potentially the last game for embattled Cavaliers coach Mike London. And the 97th meeting in this great rivalry, the Commonwealth Cup on the line, Virginia Tech and Virginia from Scott Stadium here in Charlottesville. Hi again, everybody. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. He's my partner, John Congemi. I'm Clay Matvick. This rivalry, John, has been burning for 120 years. It's a special game every year, no matter what. But the stakes were raised earlier this month when Frank Beamer announced his retirement at the end of the season, meaning very well that today could be his last game, so it's even more special.
Well, I think Frank Beamer realized it was his time. 29 years as a head coach. He played at Virginia Tech, and he wants to go out a winner. I know his players want to do that, and he didn't want to splinter the fan base. He didn't want some fans pulling in his direction and some fans not pulling in his direction. So he made that decision, and I think with the Commonwealth Cup on the line, the rivalry game as it is, it's going to be a special afternoon.
Just moments ago, he talked with our Marty Smith.
Coach, 1 week removed from your last game at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg. Today, your last regular season game on the sidelines. Can you encapsulate the emotion of the past week for me?
Well, our minds are on that team across the field there. And, hey, I think more about the 29 great years I've had at Virginia Tech and not so much about, hey, the last one. So I'm going to put all our attention right now on trying to beat that crowd across the field.
Cross-state rival, the University of Virginia. What was your message to your young men before you came out just now?
Well, I told them there's a couple of things that as a group, it's the best group I've ever had, and play the game that way. What happens between the sidelines is important. And then the other thing, the little things have kind of gotten us. Take care of those little things today and get your block and fill your gap, and then we're going to be okay.
We wish you well. Good luck, Coach. Thank you. Guys.
Always a smile on his face. For the third time in 4 years, the Hokies need to beat their rival to be bowl eligible. Virginia won the toss, elected to defer. Dylan Sims has it on the tee. He has it in the air. We're underway. Darian Coleman will bring it out of the end zone for the Hokies. Darian Green, good return out close to the 40-yard line. And the kicker, Dylan Sims, runs him out. Michael Brewer will lead the Virginia Tech offense today. Their season was completely changed when he suffered a broken collarbone week 1, forcing him to miss 6 starts. But he's been their quarterback here in recent weeks, and the team's offense has been better because of it.
He's experienced, poised. He's a gritty quarterback. You mentioned the injury early in the season, 6 screws, a plate in his left shoulder. But I think the offense expands with Michael Brewer at quarterback.
And on the first play, Brewer to the air, goes to Bucky Hodges. Out across the 45-yard line, down at the 46, a gain of 6. And Virginia Tech in throwback uniforms going back to 1987, and that's a pretty catch by the 6'7" tight end.
Yeah, he has the catch radius to do that on call. Bucky Rogers, one of those mismatches that Virginia Tech wants to exploit today.
1987, of course, the first year that Frank Beamer coached at Virginia Tech, his alma mater, so they're honoring him with these throwback uniforms. Malik goes in motion, and they're going to run it with Trayvon McMillan, but they're not going to run it very far. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage by a swarm of Cavaliers. Trent Corney, the defensive end, leading the way for a loss of 2.
And I believe Quante Moore was in the backfield. He was the guy that made the running back Trayvon McMillan turn to the inside, so you get penetration off the edge. You're going to see a big body in number 34 in blue. He's the first man there, and then cleaning up the rest is Corney from the inside.
So 3rd down and 5 on the opening series for Tech. Sam Rogers in the backfield to the left of Brewer. Wants to throw, has time to do it, sets, fires to the outside. It's Hodges open, and he's got the first down, and he's out of bounds into Virginia territory, and that's the guy the Cavaliers were most concerned about today.
I believe if you're Virginia Tech, you want to wear out that relationship between Michael Brewer and Bucky Hodges. He's a mismatch on the outside, on the inside, and he's got the size to beat you down the field.
After the 18-yard pickup, it's Rogers, the former walk-on fullback, who will run it, catch it, does a little bit of everything in this offense. Kaiser on the stop after a 3-yard pickup, second down. Virginia Tech at the 35 of Virginia on the opening series. Trayvon McMillan will get a good chunk of it back. And it'll bring up third down and 2 yards. And what are the keys when Virginia Tech has it?
I think you want to exploit the mismatches, and we saw Bucky Hodges early, but that means Isaiah Ford, when he gets single coverage, Michael Brewer has to go downfield, and to do that, you have to have protection. This is an offensive line that's given up 31 sacks, and for Virginia Tech, you have to get Brewer off schedule. Situations like this, you want to pressure the pocket and make Brewer feel uncomfortable.
Brewer wants to throw on third down, intended for Cam Phillips, incomplete. Good coverage by Tim Harris. And the ball was a little behind Phillips, and now fourth down, and the field goal unit's going to come out.
Well, you called it perfectly, partner. Great coverage downfield by Tim Harris. Harris and the rest of the Cavaliers defense, and good pressure up the middle in the pocket on Michael Brewer.
Joey Sly has a strong leg. He's 18 of 25 on attempts this year. Career long of 49. This from 48. Got it. And Virginia Tech sees its drive stall out, but they get 3 points on the board.
Well, it was important for Virginia Tech to come out and get points on that first possession.
The face of Virginia Tech football for almost 30 years. He started as a player back in the late 60s. Came in as head coach in 1987. Then in 1995, first conference title, first conference coach of the year award. Finished 99, 11-0. Lost to Florida State in the national championship game. In 2002, they retired his jersey. He wore number 25, and then that 7th conference title came in 2010, and he was carried off the field last week despite the overtime loss to North Carolina in his final home game. Just says how much he is loved in Blacksburg, Virginia.
He's been the class of college football, and there's no question about that. The way he's gone about his business, not only as a player, but the leaders of men for 29 years on that sidelines.
And his team has a 3-0 lead. Sly puts it through the end zone. And Virginia will start at the 25. Matt Johns has improved over the second half of the season as the Cavs quarterback, but he's been plagued by consistency issues.
I think that's been the biggest problem with Virginia's offense, is the consistency factor. Matt Johns has thrown a lot of touchdowns, 19, but he's also thrown 15 interceptions. So he's second in the ACC with touchdowns, but first in interceptions, and going up against a defense that's 11th ranked in the country. As a pass defense, you have to be able to protect the football, and that's paramount for Virginia's offense today.
He's definitely going to be tested today. 23 takeaways by Virginia Tech. That's 15th in the nation. He wants to throw on first down. He gets it to Smoke Mizell. Their terrific, versatile running back who can catch it as well as he can run it. Desmond Fry makes the tackle, but it's a first down, a gain of 12 on the first play.
Mizell, you can move him around all over the field, and he'll be productive. That's one of the things you want to look for today. If you're going to have success offensively for the Cavaliers, number 4 has to touch the football.
Leads them in rushing yards and receptions. He's the lone setback. They fake the fly sweep, give it to Mizell. This time he's cut down in the backfield as Matua Puwaka, the terrific middle linebacker, shoots in to knock him down. And the keys when the Cavs have it.
Well, we talked about Mizell touching the football. That's paramount, but you want to be able to protect it. No interceptions, no tip passes down the middle. be selective and be protective with the football as the quarterback, and you have to be able to still be able to deal on time for that to happen. And then for the Hokies defense, you have to attack. Bud Foster, their defensive coordinator, that's his identity. Watch the line of scrimmage. A lot of bodies moving around up front.
2nd and 3. Mizell met at the line of scrimmage, and he spun down and tackled by Devon Riley, the cornerback. This is a Bud Foster defense that has been good. Not great this year. Ranks 30th in the nation in total defense. And we talked about it as usual. They have a knack for creating turnovers. They're always pretty good on 3rd down, too.
And they've done a good job early in this football game coming downhill. Fry and Riley from that secondary. Good lane discipline coming up and making tackles.
Johns snaps it to the outside. It's caught. 1st down, Virginia. Olamide Zaccheaus, the true freshman receiver from Philadelphia.
Timing and ball protection. Watch with the location of this football. Up and over the defensive end and out and away from the defender, where only your receiver can catch the football. Good call on 3rd and short, and it seems like Virginia has found a little rhythm early in this game.
Zaccheaus threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown last week. They really like the rookie. Virginia now 2 for 2 on 3rd down in this series. 3rd down and 8. Johns over the middle, has a man open, and it's Mizell. And again, they convert on 3rd down. They get it to the 20-yard line, a 15-yard pickup for Smoke.
Solid pass protection. Allows Matt Johns to maybe move a little bit in the pocket and find a lane. Watch him retreat. He sets up and he just slides away from Deion Clark enough to be able to get rid of this football. Good anticipation with the throw, and they attack man-to-man coverage.
Johns 5 for 5 throwing the football. The reverse. Zaccheaus. Pushed out of bounds by Clark. So Virginia goes into the bag of tricks here on the opening series. It's a minimal pickup. But it again shows you how much they trust the true freshman.
Zaccheaus has great speed on the outside, and he showed some good hands on the earlier catch. So you want to be able to get it to your playmakers. So Mizell, Zaccheaus on the outside, those are the 2 guys you watch. And you've been having success running the football. You always have to include play action to your tight ends in the red zone.
Johns, Cox, batted away, and Olamide Zaccheaus, the intended receiver. And that's the first incompletion for Johns.
And that was probably the best result on that play. The Hokies had everybody covered downfield, so a wise decision by Johns to throw that football away. He's been good with his decision so far, and he's been really good on 3rd down.
Albert Reed in the backfield. Johns will flip it out. Mizell makes the catch, trying to get behind a screen. Met by Matua Puaka. And this drive is going to stall out. Had great potential, but then Virginia started to hurt itself.
A lot of momentum killed by really good coverage on 2nd down, and then a holding call and a penalty when you line up in the neutral zone. But that's what 4 and 7, 5 and 6 teams do. They hurt themselves when they get in the scoring zone.
Ian Fry from 42 yards, and for the tie, that's where we got a tie ball game here in Scott Stadium. 3-3. Each team has had it once. Each team has kicked a field goal. Sly from 48, Fry from 42. And Sims kicking off for Virginia. Darian Green will not bring it out of the end zone this time. Tech going to work at the 25. Brewer throwing. There's Bucky Hodges again. And another first down for the Hokies as we go down to Mr. Marty Smith.
Clay, Wilfred Wahi, the strong safety for the Cavaliers, who was injured on the opening kickoff, indeed does have a left knee injury. He's still on the training table right now. Ice on that knee, shoulder pads off. He appears to be done.
All right, Marty, thank you. Brewer hit. He is sacked at the 29. Dumped by Mike Moore, the Sam linebacker, who is very good on pass rush, and you can see why.
Just a great job of fighting inside the would-be block by Wade Hanson. I mean, that's just speed and power coming from the inside with Mike Moore.
Frank Beamer hoping it's not his final regular game of the year, and Mike London maybe in his last game. Let's go down to Marty Smith.
Clay, you guys were just discussing the importance of this rivalry and how Mike London has never beaten Virginia Tech. Well, certainly neither have his seniors. As we know, Tech's won 11 straight in this rivalry. London told me earlier this week a win in this game could, quote, change the course of UVA football history. Well, what's that mean? He said there's more juice today. I could say it's just another game, but that's just psychological coach speak, and that's just not true.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that. Anytime you play in a rivalry type setting, it means more. Guys are flying around, and you can definitely see it on both sides.
Brewer on 2nd and 8 is going to be sacked for the second time today. Micah Kaiser throws him down. It's a loss of 9.
We've seen multiple pressures from this defense. And it comes from the linebacker right up the middle. He's going to beat the block of the running back in Trayvon McMillan and find his way to Michael Brewer. So we've seen multiple guys pressuring the pocket, and that's a key for the Cavaliers defensively.
Brewer again feeling the heat, steps up, trying to dump it off short to Rogers, incomplete.
And I think Brewer is hurt.
Training staff rushing out to attend to Michael Brewer.
Brewer just trying to extend the play and make something happen, trying to get it outside, and he takes a heck of a shot. I mean, that's all you can do as a quarterback, is try to make a play regardless of who's in your vision, and that's just a good defensive play on the outside.
Mark Hall, number 59, just leveling Michael Brewer, but this is good to see.
It is good to see, because this guy is a gritty quarterback. He's come back from a plate and 6 screws in that left shoulder. He had a boot on his left ankle that was precautionary, and then he takes a big shot today from Hall.
Good kick. Zacchaeus backpedaling. He'll field it at the 15. Trying to work his way to the outside, spins, and then is knocked down at the 24 as we go down to Marty Smith.
Guys, I'm standing right behind Brewer on the Virginia Tech bench right now, and when he got hit in the gut, he rolled over on the field immediately in a ball, started throwing up, but then he ran right off the field. He's been surrounded by the training staff throughout this entire last little part of the game, and he seems okay. I mean, he's continuing to take fluid, but he's on the headset now, so he seems all right.
Well, let's hope he can continue. The senior year for Michael Brewer looks so promising before that injury in week 1. In fact, Tech was leading that game against Ohio State in the 3rd quarter.
I have a feeling we're going to see number 12 again in this football game.
Boy, he nearly threw that into a situation where it was picked off. Zacchaeus, the intended receiver. There was double, almost triple coverage there. Shagag might have got a piece of it to knock it down.
I think there wasn't a clear distinction on where he wanted to go with the football. Matt Johns, his feet went outside, but his eyes went inside, and that caused the incompletion. You don't want to make that mistake when you're backed up inside your 20-yard line.
Yeah, and he has cooled off after a 5-for-5 start. Last 2 drives for Virginia have resulted in 3 and outs, trying to get something going on this series.
I think you have to find Mizell, number 4. That's your guy right now. He's in the slot.
Johns steps up. Now he's got to run. He's on his own. He's got it. First down and more. That's the 2nd time Matt Johns has run for a first down today. That's a gain of 25.
And you can't draw this up. When you have Hokie defenders that are running away from you in man coverage, that's the best opportunity for a quarterback to run the football. And he gets a nice block out on the edge to spring him for another 7 yards. So a good decision from the pocket again, and a good block outside by one of those receivers in T.J. Thorpe.
More rushing yards than he has passing yards here today. Zacchaeus. And another hard hit along that Virginia sideline. Desmond Fry makes the tackle, but a very inspiring run by Olamide Zacchaeus.
Boy, is he impressive for a freshman. When he hits that edge, he's got a burst to him, and on this play, he shows you his toughness, just carrying a Hokie defender, Desmond Fry, for another 3 or 4 yards. Great determination.
Mizell churning. He's going to be shy of that first down marker. Matuapuaka and Clark combining on the stop. So now 3rd down and short for Virginia.
And you would have to think at 4 and 7, Mike London, this may be even a 2-down situation for them. They want to keep that offense. They want to keep them on the field, keep that momentum. You definitely want to convert on 3rd down, but I wouldn't be surprised if they keep this offense out on the field even if they don't.
Albert Reed, the lone setback. Johns on the naked bootleg, 1st down. There's Fran Tarkenton out there. 15-yard gain for the junior Matt Johns.
And that's probably something the Hokies didn't prepare for, was the running ability of Matt Johns. This is a great call by Steve Fairchild, the offensive coordinator. He's able to come outside, and there is nobody there in a white jersey, and then just because he can, he tucks it inside, tries not to break an ankle and get down before he gets hit. That's a good individual play by the junior quarterback.
Now Johns wants to throw, has time to do it, going for it all. Zacchaeus, touchdown, no! Had it and dropped it. And Adonis may have stripped it at the very end. Boy, that looked like a sure 6 for Virginia.
And this play's almost erupted. Good play action. It's max protection, 1-man route down the field, and the freshman has a step, and it looks like an easy touchdown, but Adonis Alexander never gives up on the play. Watch him finish with the left hand right there on the football. Terrific effort by the freshman. It's freshman on freshman in the end zone.
Alexander, a team-high 3 picks. Great defensive play there. Now Severin, his first catch of the day. And he'll get it to the 25-yard line. Virginia started out hot, converting on 3rd down. They've cooled off as well in that category. 3rd down and 3. Reed won't get there. 4th down. Shagag in on the stop of a host of Hokies tacklers.
Great defensive stand there to hold us to a field goal opportunity because all the momentum was on the Virginia sideline. But Foster doing a great job dialing up a couple defenses to force this field goal opportunity.
Ian Fry hit a 42-yarder earlier. This one also from 42. And the Cavaliers take the lead. Let's go back to 2004. Virginia Tech and UVA meeting. And Virginia Tech needed a win to clinch a share of the ACC championship, their first year in the conference. And that's the first win in an 11-year win streak over the Cavaliers for the Hokies, and that streak is still streaking. But now Virginia has the lead in this game for the first time. A couple of field goals from Fry. And 6-3. J.C. Coleman, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Comes to midfield, tries to slip a tackle, can't. Stopped at the 14-yard line. Well, the special teams always a area of pride for Frank Beamer. He has coached special teams over the years. Brewer taking a shot, looking for Ford. No, incomplete. Darius Lattimore back there running with him.
And that's the guy I would dial up if I'm offensive coordinator Scott Loeffler. I think that Isaiah Ford's going to be able to get a step when he wants it down the field vertically. And this was very close to becoming a reception, but that right foot lands out of bounds when Ford possesses the football.
Ford, 9 touchdown catches, tied for most at Virginia Tech in a single season. Hodges goes in motion. Brewer runs out of the pocket, looking downfield, flings it down there, and that is picked off. Intercepted Quinn Blanding, but a penalty marker down.
I think we're going to get pass interference on the Cavaliers.
Heavily taped hand.
Defense number 38, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now the penalty on Kelvin Rainey, his secondary mate. So that interception wiped out by Blanding.
The terrific job here offensively is watch the receivers when the quarterback scrambles, they keep the play alive, and that's the interference down the field about the 22-yard line. So good job by the receivers on that scramble drill along the Virginia sideline to give his quarterback, or their quarterback, Michael Brewer, a chance.
Already pretty close to Joey Sly field goal range. Brewer on first down. Bobbled, caught, and a very short gain for Phillips. Mark Hall quickly there to cover him up. Second down.
Plenty of time for the Hokies offensively. You want to be able to get to the line of scrimmage and get to your best 2 or 3 plays here so you come away with points before halftime.
Again, it's Phillips. We get 3 more. Lattimore the tackle. Third down. Clock running. Tech a timeout to use.
Most important thing, that offensive line needs to give Michael Brewer protection down here as they get closer to the red zone.
Intended for Hodges, incomplete. That was Maurice Kennedy who swatted it down.
And Kennedy's going to be going to any side Bucky Hodges lines up, and that's the matchup that John Tenuta talked to us about earlier in the week. Good defense on third down.
Gonna have to settle for a Joey Sly field goal attempt. This from 44 yards. Sly hit from 48 earlier in the half. And we've got a field goal kicking contest here at Scott Stadium in Charlottesville. Virginia Tech 6, Virginia 6 at halftime. An emotional first half at times, and you would expect that in the Commonwealth Cup series between Virginia Tech and Virginia. A couple of coaches hoping they're not coaching their last games at their schools. And we'll be back with an interview with Frank Beamer in a moment.
Coach, first, just give me your first half impressions, please.
I think I feel good about how we're moving the ball offensively. We're just kind of getting stopped or stopping ourselves. Defense, I think, playing great against a good offense. You know, I feel good about the second half. We just got to get it done.
Michael Brewer getting beat up pretty bad out there.
Yeah.
What adjustments must be made here?
Well, you know, it's all in protection, and right now up front they're getting us a little bit. And I told our offensive line, you protect a little bit, we're going to be good. And that's basically the deal. Whether we got to keep some people in or do a little more chipping or whatever, we'll see.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
A very important 30 minutes of football coming your way. Virginia Tech and Virginia tied at 6 as we get ready to start the third quarter. The Cavaliers trying to put a 11-game losing streak to the Hokies to bed today. Meanwhile, the Hokies trying to extend their legendary head coach Frank Beamer's career by one more game, trying to get bowl eligible. So much on the line in the second half.
Clay, if they're going to do that in the second half, the Hokies have to protect Michael Brewer. That's been really the thing that's held them back. 3 sacks and multiple hits offensively by the Virginia defense. And that's a thing that you look at Virginia, you feel like they should have the lead in this football game, but the biggest play they've had is a 25-yard scramble by their quarterback Johns. So it's a second half. Who's going to make that explosive play? Who's going to create that turnover? Who's going to get that strip sack to really change the momentum of this football game?
This team with a couple of field goals in this one. Virginia will start with the football here in the second half. And they'll start from the 25. Johns will give it to Zacchaeus on the sweep. And he'll get close to the 30-yard line. Deion Clark makes the tackle. Matt Johns was a part-time starter last year. Shared time really with Grayson Lambert at quarterback. And then, of course, Lambert transferred to Georgia and has been the Bulldogs starter this year. And Johns will hand off again, and wow, Smoke Mizell is upended by Chuck Clark, the Rover. 4-yard pickup, third down and short coming up for Virginia. Daddy Nicholas, who was out for the first half, team suspension for that incident with the official last week. Out there now for the second half, and that's a big pickup for that defense.
It is a fresh guy at the defensive end position who might be able to make the second half a long one for quarterback Matt Johns.
Virginia very good on third down early in the first half. And they give it to Mizell, and he's got, excuse me, that's Jordan Ellis, the short yardage guy out of that backfield. And he'll move the chains for the Cavs. Ellis, a redshirt freshman out of Georgia, getting his first touch.
Imperative that you try to create some type of balance on offense if you're Virginia. You get a nice grinded out first down. And now you want to look for your playmakers. Mizell, who split to the wide side, or actually to the short side of the field.
Under 11 minutes to go before half. Johns to throw. And he underthrows it, intercepted. Adonis Alexander with his 4th pick of the year. And the big play one of these teams was waiting for, it goes to Virginia Tech.
Somebody needed to step out of the comfort zone and make a play, and now you see Coach Beamer still coaching on the sidelines. He doesn't want Daddy Nicholas to make another mistake like last week and prevent a positive play that was made by their defense. Terrific job by Alexander putting his body up against the wide receiver in position to take that underthrown pass for an interception.
It was the first time that Johns had targeted David Eldridge, the true freshman receiver. Underthrew him badly. Brewer, play action pass, hit as he throws. Underthrown, intercepted. Tim Harris with the pick. And the Hokies turn it over for the first time today.
Clay, it's the pressure in the pocket, the hits on the quarterback that finally have taken its toll. And that one big play you're waiting for, orchestrated by the pressure up front. Quante Moore levels Michael Brewer. The ball just floats in the air because he was hit as he throws the football. And Tim Harris comes up what could be the biggest play of this football game.
Now the junior from Richmond has been very good today. That interception gives the Cavaliers the football at the 31-yard line of Virginia Tech. Their best field position today. They'll try to take advantage of it. Here's Johns rolling out to the right now. He's under pressure, and he had to get rid of it in a hurry.
Good pressure by Canham there on first down. Whenever you get a sudden change, that was going to be a play that Virginia offensively had dialed up, but good pressure took away the screen to the short side of the field.
There's Reed plowing ahead for a couple. So it'll be third down. Let's go to Marty.
Guys, and what has become a recurring theme here, each time it seems Michael Brewer comes off the field, the training staff surrounding him. He's on one knee on the sideline right now. Coach Frank Beamer just came over to make sure his quarterback is okay. I will try to find out what his real condition is, guys.
Texas Tech transfer has been battered and bruised today. Of course, he wants to continue in this game. He gives Virginia Tech their best chance to win, no doubt about it.
I think you take your chances at one of these press cover man, throw it up.
Incomplete. No penalty flags. Severin, the senior captain, was the intended receiver, and Stroman covered him right up.
Terrific sudden change defense by Virginia Tech. That ball started on the 31-yard line, and Virginia was only able to manage 3 yards.
Another field goal attempt for Ian Fry from 45 yards. Not this time. That wasn't even close. So Virginia squanders a beautiful opportunity to take the lead, and it remains a 6-6 game.
Wow, that's shocking, and that's what happens when you're 4-7. You come out, you don't stay aggressive after the turnover, and then your special teams let you down what seemed to be a pretty good opportunity from the middle of the field.
It's still very emotional.
That's fun to watch
during the ebbs and flows of games for the 69-year-old Frank Beamer, coaching in this great rivalry game for the last time. McMillan, redshirt freshman running back, gets 3 yards on that play. Second down coming up.
If Virginia Tech is going to win this football game, it's going to be up to this offensive line to put a 70-yard drive together. They're going to have to play after play, not make mental or physical mistakes up front.
McMillan again to the 35-yard line, and it'll be third down and 3. So Scott Loeffler, the third-year offensive coordinator. We'll see what he dials up here as Virginia Tech, which is only 5 first downs today, desperately needs to move the chains and get some momentum. They're averaging less than 3 yards of play today. It is McMillan looking for room on the right side, and there is none. Door slammed shut, and it's Micah Kaiser doing the honors.
What a great play by the middle linebacker. He's going to fight his way through the traffic, and from the backside, corral Trayvon McMillan. Great downhill instincts by Kaiser at that linebacker position.
Maurice Kennedy to return this punt, standing at the 25. And let it go. And they're going to mark it at the 15-yard line. Well, we've got huge news. ESPN's Brett McMurphy is reporting that Justin Fuente is indeed going to be the next head coach of the Virginia Tech Hokies. The 4th-year man as the Memphis head coach will be coming to Blacksburg, according to ESPN's Brett McMurphy. He was one of the names we heard most often associated with this job the last few weeks, and now we're reporting that he is indeed going to get the job. Ooh, almost slipping a tackle, Albert Reed up the middle. The other big news associated with that announcement is Bud Foster will stay on as defensive coordinator, which a lot of people thought might happen.
And I think that was all up to Bud Foster, whether he wanted to pursue another job as being the head man. I just think it's a great fit for the Hokies. You get a guy that you covet and you act very quickly, which is kind of surprising it happened today. And we had been reporting all day that Whit Babcock was going to actively try to find someone as quickly as possible. But Bud Foster, a key cog in that coaching staff that Frank Beamer raves about being the best he's ever assembled.
Eric Smith is down for Virginia, the right tackle. He's being looked at. Virginia Tech has not confirmed this. Our Brett McMurphy, though, is reporting that Fuente has agreed to terms with Virginia Tech and that Bud Foster will be staying on as defensive coordinator. And Marty Smith, who's a Virginia native and has followed the Virginia Tech program for many years, he's down on the sidelines. Marty.
Guys, I did speak with Shane Beamer before the game, and he told me the conversations that he and Bud Foster have had with Whit Babcock did include the information that he wanted an offensive-minded current sitting head coach. Well, certainly Fuente fits both of those criteria, and it would be fantastic if Foster stays on. He is one of those folks with the Virginia Tech program who helped it rise to elite level. I mean, there's only a few programs, 5 in fact, in the history of college football, which have achieved 10-win seasons in 8 consecutive years. And Frank Beamer's Virginia Tech Hokies one of those, and certainly Coach Foster a major reason.
I think Frank wanted Bud Foster to get the job, but this might be a nice consolation prize. There's Zacchaeus and that end around. And they're going to get the first down. I'll tell you what, the Hokies fans wish you could bring some of that offense here right now. Oh, big play over the middle. There is Thorpe. But he dropped it at the last moment. Stroman may have got a piece of that to pull it out.
That's twice that Hokie defenders have been strong through the catch and being able to strip the football. What looks like a would-be catch. One was for a touchdown that was stripped earlier in the game by Alexander. This time Stroman, the sophomore, comes up and battles through the catch, the would-be catch. Terrific job defensively.
Brett McMurphy of ESPN reporting that Justin Fuente, the Memphis head coach, has agreed to terms, will be the next Virginia Tech head coach, and that Bud Foster, the longtime defensive coordinator here for the Hokies, will be retained. Smoke Mizell. Catch on the slant route to the 42-yard line, 13-yard pickup, and the Cavs moving the football.
That's great concentration by Mizell, because I believe Deion Clark got a finger or a hand on this football, and Mizell was still able to corral it. I'm not sure. Watch 40. He may get a hand on right there. He gets that right hand up, and great concentration by Mizell to come up with the reception.
Go back to Albert Reed. He finds a big hole. He's going to go. Touchdown, Virginia. A 57-yard run. That's the longest play of the day for Virginia, and Reed with a touchdown. They know bowl eligibility's on the line. Man wide open, it's Ryan Malik, the tight end, slips a tackle. He could go. The 20, one man to beat, and he's pulled down at the 5 by Tim Harris. Ryan Malik, the veteran tight end from New Jersey. busts a 71-yard play.
Okay, let me get this right. We've gone almost 3 quarters without having any explosive plays offensively. And now Ryan Malik goes for 70 yards. What a great answer by the Hokies. Great toughness down the middle. Good throw by Michael Brewer. An excellent block on the outside by Bucky Hodges. Springs his partner at tight end, Malik, for 70.
That was the longest pass this year. Brewer to Malik for 71 yards, and now they're on the doorstep.
And now's where you want Trayvon McMillan, the guy that knows how to finish runs. You want to try to get him the football behind this offensive line.
On 1st and goal, McMillan will get a couple. And he's swarmed. Mark Hall there at the point of attack. 2nd down, goal to go. 20 seconds to go here in the 3rd. The Commonwealth Cup on the line in this rivalry game that Virginia Tech has dominated, going back to 2004 when this streak started. And they are playing for their coach today. Both teams playing for their coach. As Frank Beamer has announced he's ending his 29-year career at Virginia Tech. And Mike London on the hot seat here in Charlottesville. After a touchdown by the Cavs, Brewer hits his reliable senior tight end Ryan Malik for a 71-yard play, the longest pass play this year for the Hokies. And the boss loves it. Now the Virginia Tech offense, which has struggled at most of the stages of this game, gets a big play, 71 yards to get the Hokies inside the 5-yard line. Frank Beamer's hoping he's not coaching his last game as the boss of the Virginia Tech Hokies on the day that it's been leaked and reported by ESPN's Brett McMurphy that Justin Fuente, the Memphis head coach, will be Beamer's successor. He's trying to get the Hokies bowl eligible here as we start the 4th quarter.
Okay, this might be a little play action.
It is. Brewer off his back foot, wide open, Rogers, touchdown. You called it, partner. It's a 3-yard pass. Brewer to Sam Rogers. And the Hokies have their first touchdown of the day.
I love the call by offensive coordinator Scott Loeffler, and I love the moxie of quarterback Michael Brewer. He retreated just enough to throw it over a defender. Terrific call.
And Joey Sly comes on to tie it up. 13 apiece.
Good play action fake deep in the backfield. That gets Brewer away from the defender, and he just harmlessly throws that lollipop over Mike Moore, and Rogers able to get in inside the 5-yard line. Coach Beamer? Yeah, I like it.
Sly's kick is short this time. Zacchaeus will have a return, but he is covered up at the 10 after a great open field tackle. That was Stephen Peoples on the kick coverage. Now it's Virginia's serve. They've got a long field. They start at the 10. Johns hands off to Reed. About 3 or 4. Luther Matty leads the defensive line in tackles for Virginia Tech, brings him down. You know, I want to get back to the timing of this announcement. Again, it's being reported by our own Brett McMurphy at ESPN that Justin Fuente is going to succeed Frank Beamer as head coach of the Hokies. Interesting timing of that leak, that it got out before the end of the season.
Well, it's not ideal. It's not ideal for Memphis, and it's not ideal for the Hokies.
Matt Johns, incomplete. He missed Smoke Mizell, who was open. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7. Again, it's not confirmed by Virginia Tech, but the reports by our very reliable Mr. McMurphy.
Yes.
We've actually heard it one other place too now. And indeed, Fuente is coming to Blacksburg. And that defensive coordinator, Bud Foster, will be retained by his staff.
I think the Hokies are going to come after Virginia here.
They do. He gets it off in time. First down and more. Hurdling a tackler at the 30-yard line is Evan Butts, and he tumbles ahead to the 35. What an athletic play by the freshman from Philadelphia.
Evan Butts had the key block on the Albert Reed run, and now he just leaks out. Great job again by Matt Johns, just retreating from the pressure, and then Butts gets airborne to push the football out to the 35-yard line.
322 yards of total offense for Virginia. Only 177 for Virginia Tech, but we got a tie game. Just ahead of the play clock expiring. Johns throws. Mizell turns it upfield. And Tua Puaka is there to make the tackle. It's a gain of 3 or 4. Chuck Clark also in on the stop, second down.
Key right now offensively, Clay, as a quarterback, Matt Johns, you want to start stacking positive plays together. You don't want to take a sack. You don't want to have negative runs or U-turn runs. You want to keep the pressure on the Hokies defensively. And you do that by being solid up front and making good decisions from the quarterback spot.
Johns wants to pass. Throws it short to Reed. And get out to about the 44-yard line. Very close to a first down, but he didn't get it. So it'll be third down and a yard. There's Bud Foster. His defense trying to get off the field here. Pitch it back. Zacchaeus hit, but he lunges ahead for the first down. Now second and 10. Fake that fly sweep. Now Albert Reed goes to the outside, dragging a tackler with him for a first down. Chuck Long couldn't bring him down. Chuck Clark, excuse me, before he had the first down.
Albert Reed's been a difference maker late in this third quarter, getting into the fourth. He's been able to run just off the crease of the tackle, and he runs to daylight here. Not a Hokie in sight, and he carries Chuck Clark for a couple yards and a first down.
There's Mizell. Another first down. He took the handoff from Daniel Ham, the Wildcat quarterback. And that's a 13-yard pickup.
And I like the call. Different formation. Something the Hokies defense hasn't seen all afternoon. You get in Wildcat, you have the bait of a two-way go, and you get speed on the edge with Mizell.
To the 30-yard line now, the 10th play of this drive. Johns throws. Mizell down the sideline, and that's incomplete. Mizell was out of bounds. He was pushed out of the play there by Desmond Fry.
Another terrific effort by Mizell. He's been able to run it. He's been able to catch it for this offense. Actually turns his body, makes the catch. That foot, oh, I don't know.
Oh, you know
that
what?
Foot looked like it was in bounds.
I agree with you.
Let's take another look. He goes up, climbs the ladder, and I don't think he caught chalk on that.
After review, running on the field stands.
Wow.
Yeah, this crowd
So I don't win.
Doesn't agree.
I don't win mayor of Charlottesville. No. You know what? I thought I could see green grass there.
maybe there just wasn't enough there visually to overturn it. Again, it's got to be beyond a shadow of a doubt, indisputable video evidence. And in Dennis Redding's defense, maybe there just wasn't enough there.
I don't know. I can see green there, so I disagree with that one.
Now Albert Reed for 3 or 4 to bring up 3rd down now for Virginia. They're definitely within field goal range. For Ian Fried, who's hit a couple today. He's also missed one, but I think a team right here needs another touchdown.
You don't want to have to settle and put that pressure on your kicking team. Even though they're expected to make kicks, you want to be able to handle it with your offense on the field. And that means Matt Johns making a really good decision here on 3rd down and somebody winning against man coverage on the outside.
Johns going to the end zone for Severin. No, incomplete again, out of bounds. Oh, and another near miss. There's Virginia offense.
Just a wheel route to the wide side of the field, trying to get Severin the football. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean,
they need to take another look at that one, too.
They need to take a look at this one here. I mean, he's in the end zone right there, reception, foot down. Does he complete the catch? Yes. Another great job of tracking the football by Severin. There's the catch. There's the foot inbounds. Actually, it looked like he got 2 inbounds. Secures the catch to the ground. If this isn't a touchdown, I don't know what I'm watching.
Receiver caught the ball with a foot down in bounds. Touchdown.
You know what? I think that would have been an NFL touchdown.
Yes.
In college football, you need 1 foot. I think he did get 2.
I think so, too. We talked about Matt Johns winning on 3rd down, making a good decision, and you have to beat man-to-man coverage. Kanan Severin tracked that football beautifully for 6 points.
Terrific touchdown drive for the Cavaliers as they go back in front. 12 plays, 90 yards. It took a replay review, but Kanan Severin gets the touchdown, and the Cavs are back on top in Charlottesville. Cavaliers receiver Kanan Severin, bit of a question mark this week because of a right shoulder problem, but he's playing through it. Came up with a big 27-yard touchdown catch to give Virginia the lead. And now the Hokies go back to work starting at their own 25. 10 minutes to play in this Commonwealth Cup game, the 97th meeting. Incomplete, intended for Isaiah Ford. It might have been tipped.
It was at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Calvin Rainey got his hands on that 1st down attempt by Michael Brewer. End of the line of scrimmage to your left. There's the left hand that bats the football away.
Good run for Trayvon McMillan. It's going to be close to a 1st down. And in fact, he got it. Win today guarantees a 23rd straight bowl berth for Virginia Tech, which would extend the longest bowl streak in the nation. Brewer wants to pass, taking a shot. Isaiah Ford wide open. Diving catch. Isaiah Ford. And they're going to spot this at the 27-yard line.
Play for a game that didn't have a whole lot of excitement in the 1st half. A heck of a lot of explosive plays in the 2nd half. Boy, that's extending your body. Isaiah Ford, terrific job of concentration.
Bad snap. Brewer recovers. He's taking another shot. Hodges, the end zone. Incomplete. Pass high. Lattimore was there next to Hodges, but it was well overthrown.
That time, Michael Brewer tried to give his big target on the outside at 6'7", that back shoulder throw. put a little bit too much juice on it and threw it out of bounds, but that was the intention, to give a big body an opportunity to go up and get the football.
Brewer looks right, comes back left for Malik, and he stumbles down. This could be a loss on the play of about 5 yards. It just failed to materialize. Malik slips down, so now 3rd down and long for the Hokies.
And I think Frank Beamer and offensive coordinator Scott Leffler had exactly what they wanted. Just looked like Malik lost his footing.
Another big 3rd down for this Virginia Tech team, which has really labored. 1 of 11 today on 3rd down. Brewer has time. Throws. Has a man wide open. Ford again. Touchdown, Hokies. He slips behind the coverage, wide open, and a 32-yard reception for a touchdown.
What a great answer by Michael Brewer and Isaiah Ford. Brewer has great protection to be able to step into the pocket, hang in there, and a terrific route by Ford. He made Tim Harris bite to the inside, extended the route to the outside, and that extra point ties it up.
And that's his 10th touchdown catch, a new Virginia Tech regular season record. It ties this game up at 20 apiece. Ford with a couple of big catches on that drive, and this one for the touchdown, and Beamer beams. Isaiah Ford was outstanding on that last drive for the Hokies. His 10th touchdown catch of the year, and we're tied at 20. Midway through the 4th quarter. And now the Cavs will get it back. Let's take a look at that long touchdown play. Brewer to Ford.
Well, Clay, it's all set up by the protection of the Hokies offensive line and pocket presence by Brewer. It's a great job to be able to get that pocket there. That sets up the hesitation move and then the go route to the outside. If you don't have the pocket integrity, you don't have time on the outside for Isaiah Ford to make that double move. So there's the presence in the pocket, gives you time to throw the football outside over the outstretched hand of Tim Harris.
Oh, where was this offense for 2 quarters? We had a punting contest going for a long time, and now we've had 4 straight touchdowns, 2 by each team. And now it's Zacchaeus going around the left side for a big play of 25 yards. Out to midfield, the Cavaliers have it.
For a game that was shy of offense in the first half, we've been entertained in this second half.
We've had Olamide Zacchaeus has a bright future here in Charlottesville. And now this is Albert Reed taking the direct snap. And the Wildcat picks up 4. Desmond Fry on the tackle. Now it's up to Virginia Tech's defense here to see if they can slow down this Cavaliers offense. .416 yards total offense now for Matt Johns in this unit. 257 on the ground. Reed has over 100 on the ground today. His first career 100-yard rushing day. Daniel Ham will take it ahead for a couple. And another 3rd down and long here for Virginia.
You know, Clay, this game has been back and forth. And really, when you look at the stats, the Hokies have only been able to run 47 offensive plays compared to UVA with 74. Time of possession is lopsided in the Cavaliers' favor, but you look at the scoreboard with 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter, and it's tied at 20.
Johns getting pressured from Canham, got rid of it in time, but it's incomplete. He went for Severin again, but it's 4th down as Canham was coming from the backside, and Johns felt him, was able to get rid of it to avoid the sack, but they're going to still have to punt.
Big defensive stand there for Virginia Tech, and as you said, I think Johns felt that pressure from the backside.
Greg Stroman lets this go over his head. Cavs can't keep it out of the end zone. And Frank Beamer and the Hokies will have it at the 20 when we come back. Tie ball game, 6:38 to go here in Charlottesville. Frank Beamer's Hokies have it at their own 20. Lot to play for. Bowl eligibility, extending the streak against Virginia, and more importantly, postponing that goodbye to coach. Isaiah Ford, who had the touchdown catch on the last series, makes that grab a gain of 6.
It'll be important in this series, in this set of downs, for Virginia Tech offensively to gain positive yardage on 1st down, to set up what they want to do with the remainder of this football game.
They're going to send Bucky Hodges to line up at the top of your screen. Ford is at the bottom. Malik on 2nd and 4, goes to Ford, slips a tackle. 35, 40, still on his feet. 45 and pushed out of bounds by Micah Kaiser. Boy, Isaiah Ford continues to pull big plays out of his back pocket.
And he's having a huge second half because he's catching and run after catch. Breaking the tackle on the perimeter gains this Hokie offense probably another 15 yards.
That's a gain of 21. 6 catches, 121, and a touchdown for Ford. McMillan bounces to the outside. Good run. He'll get about 9 as they get very close to field goal range for Joey Sly. We know he's got a strong leg. We've seen him attempt a 67-yarder even earlier this year against Duke.
That's right.
He didn't make it, of course, but it shows you what confidence they have in the strength of his leg.
Very important, as we talked about a couple minutes ago. 1st down production, you get 2nd and short here.
Malik in motion. McMillan stood up. Great second effort. That O-line is pushing, no whistle, and he's got the 1st down and more. What an effort. You think he's playing for coach? You think that O-line is pushing for coach? That's a gain of 8.
No whistle means keep those legs churning, and that offensive line didn't hear a whistle. They got behind the young Richard freshman running back, and that pile just kept moving. It looked more like a rugby play than a football play.
McMillan, that time, doesn't escape the grasp of Quanti Moore, and that's a loss of 2.
Boy, has he been good on the edge for this Cavaliers defense. He's been in the backfield in that 1st half, disrupting and throwing the timing off, not only in the running game, in the blocking up front, but in the passing game. Played one heck of a football game.
Still over 2 minutes to go. Virginia has 2 timeouts. Virginia Tech has all 3 timeouts remaining. McMillan. He'll still get 2 or 3 yards. Great forward progress. I'm going to give him 4 on that, but it's going to bring up 3rd down. There is Joey Sly. He has hit a couple of times today, and he might be put in charge of kicking the game winner.
That's right. 1:45 left, and he's been true from +40 twice today.
McMillan on the sideline. Rogers in the backfield. He'll get it. And he'll take a loss. As Dante Wilkins and Micah Kaiser slam him down. And that'll mean Joey Sly will come on for a field goal attempt.
Good third down defense prevents the Hokies from gaining any more yards. Sly 2 of 2 today from 48 and 44. None more important than this one with 1:44 left to go.
For the lead. Yes. And the Hokies go back in front by a field goal.
Frank Beamer excited. Now he's going to get with that kickoff cover unit, but can you hit it any better from 41? That ball was dead down the middle of the uprights, and it was solid. Right when it left the foot of Joey Sly, that ball was good.
And he knew it. Virginia Tech finally giving Frank Beamer some offense here in the second half. They struggled for the lion's share of this game, but now 3 straight possessions with a score.
There's probably been so much pressure, not really with Frank Beamer this week, but with the players and the pressure to win a game for him.
This is a short kick. And it's fielded by Zacchaeus. Very speedy. And he'll take it out of bounds quickly to preserve clock just shy of the 20-yard line. Pressure off the edge. He can him. Knocked it loose. A lineman's got it. Jack English saving the day for the Virginia Cavaliers. The left tackle picking that out of midair.
That ball must have seemed like it floated forever for Jack English, but he was the right man at the right time on it.
On second down, wide open is Severin. First down, and he quickly gets to the sideline to the 35. Stops the clock with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go.
That's the guy that looks like he has the juice. If I'm offensive coordinator Steve Fairchild, you may give him a rest on this play, but I think he's going to end up making an impactful play for the Cavaliers down the stretch.
No timeouts remaining for the Cavaliers. Mizell in the backfield to the right of Matt Johns. Johns again pressured, throws it deep down the middle, intercepted, picked off by Chuck Clark.
The mistake Matt Johns didn't make all afternoon, throwing the football down the middle of the field, up for grabs. But Frank Beamer celebrates on the sidelines, and that's unbelievable.
And that's what the flag was for, celebration, and that's a penalty they're happy to take.
Absolutely.
I believe I saw tears in the eyes of Bud Foster as he leaned in for a kiss, and there's another ice bucket bath for Frank Beamer. There have been many over the years. And he's got the Commonwealth Cup for the 12th straight year. So this terrific career, John, will extend into the postseason one more time.
That's an awesome sight for Hokie fans right there. And what a great tribute for Virginia Tech head coach Frank Beamer. 29 years on the sidelines, 12 straight in this rivalry game, 16 of the last 17. Great leader of men.
Win number 279 in Frank Beamer's career. It comes against arch rival Virginia. And there will be a postseason for the Virginia Tech Hokies. There's Marty with Coach. Go ahead, Marty.
Thanks, Clay. Coach, describe what you're feeling right now.
Well, I love this football team. They battle. They get down 7. They come right back. They do what it takes to win. They're a great character group of kids. Love them to death. Love my coaching staff too.
You're always so even keel all the time, very poised. You were fired up today. We could see that emotion. Describe it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it really doesn't get any better. We got our great Hokie fans up here, and to win in this place and beat your in-state rival, who we got great respect for. Good football team, great program, and we feel fortunate to win, but we're glad we did.
And you're going to go to a bowl for the 23rd consecutive year. How important was that to you?
Yeah, we're going to go to a bowl. This team and I'm not going anywhere without them now. But, yeah, to keep that alive, and, you know, it's really proud of these players, really proud of our coaches, really proud of our fans.
Thank you. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy this one, guys.
Even though today was very much about him at times, John, we talked about Frank Beamer a lot throughout this broadcast. He is always a little humble about that, and he's always a little uncomfortable. He made it about his guys as they hold that Commonwealth Cup for the 12th straight year, and Frank Beamer and the Hokies are going to the postseason. That's it from Virginia. Now we send it to Soldier Field in Chicago.